Welcome to Good Night Book with Erica and Nate.
I got some fun facts about this one too.
Oh, I love fun facts.
Yeah, I just was like, well, what are you gonna say about this book? So let's
you
dig
got some
in.
fun
Let's dig into
facts.
the dirt. Yeah, I wanted to know if there was any drama around.
Digging into the dirt, dinosaurs, fossils. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
That was a really good one. Here's a fun fact for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I think they made up all these dinosaur names.
I know. Exactly.
I looked through the list and I was like, what?
I know.
Are these joke dinosaurs?
One of them is called like Grabiosaurus. No, it's called Nothosaurus. Like nothing.
Like nothing? Like
Yeah,
nothing.
I don't know. Yeah, I think they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel. This is like, there's maybe like 27 books in this series.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize
And
that.
so I don't think there are 27. And I don't think they repeat. And they've been going since 2000.
Okay.
This is like midway through. And so they're working
I
on
thought
it.
maybe like the other ones have licensing agreements, like T-Rex has a licensing agreement
That would be funny as shit.
with the Jurassic World,
Yeah.
the Jurassic Universe, the Jury Universe.
Good word.
But
Makes sense.
that's what I was thinking, or that they just changed all the names, because that has definitely happened a bit. Remember the Brontosaurus doesn't exist anymore?
Yeah. Although there's a nerdy.
I mean,
way
obviously,
of explaining.
okay, look, I want everybody out there listening to know that I know that the Brontosaurus wouldn't have existed anyway. Okay,
Yeah,
they're
because the
they're
world is only
extinct.
2,000 years old.
They're extinct. I already know
Oh.
that they're dead. I'm saying that the Brontosaurus was erased, just like Pluto.
That's right. Yeah, they have a lot in common. What do Pluto and the Brontosaurus have in common?
They're both dogs.
It's old.
Canceled. They're both totally canceled because of what that's because of what that Grabiosaurus did. You know what I mean? Obviously, today, everyone, we're talking about a book because that's what we do on this show, and this is a special little library edition where we find a book in a little library and just do that. And this week we're doing "How Do Dinosaurs Say I Love You" by Jane Yolen and illustrated by Mark Teague. Should we start with just go into our synopses?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
A synopsisaurus.
Oh yeah, this is fodder for jokes for the rest of this. Yeah. Okay. This is a rhyming book describing all the ways kids make it hard to love them, except they're doing it with dinosaurs.
That's clear. I like it to the point. Yeah. Okay, mine, I don't know, is really good, I guess.
Yeah.
A shape-shifting dinosaur wreaks havoc and helpfulness on a family, sort of like kids do. That's my synopsis.
That was really good.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's like, I think that is a funny part. So this book is as we said, one of a series, and they're not like you can read them out of order. It's fine. And it's all lessons, just in case you were worried. This is midway through. And they're all like mini lessons and like, how did dinosaurs say goodnight? How did dinosaurs count to 10? How did dinosaurs clean their room? This one is about various scenarios in which dinosaurs, as children, portraying the role of a child, do their thing, like are sassy or unresponsive or troublesome, but then always there's a lovely moment where the parents remember how to love them again.
Do you remember that movie? I think it might have been called Across the Universe. It had like multiple actors playing John Lennon or playing.
Never saw it, but I think that
I didn't either.
Right?
This is kind of like that. Is what I was going to say.
Okay.
Because with multiple dinosaurs playing the role of a single child, it seems like.
I guess, but different parents too.
Oh, is it different parents? I didn't notice. I don't see people.
People blindness.
Yeah, I have people blindness. I only see dinosaurs. I see dead dinosaurs. I see dinosaurs.
That's true. These are all ghosts, I guess.
Oh, shit.
They're all dead.
They're all dead. Yeah, so I thought the message was, I don't know what the message is. It does kind of feel like it, I mean, I get it, I guess, but it seems pretty obvious. Why like, it's another situation where the metaphor is not big enough for me. That it's just like, well, this could have just been a kid. I don't know.
Yeah, but this although has been very successful. I think the drawings contribute to it because they're very detailed. And I do like, I actually really am fond of like the details in the drawing, not necessarily the dinosaurs themselves. I find them kind of weird because they're so detailed. But like the toys are often positioned in ways with like expressions on their faces. And even like the fact that he can make a dinosaur smile is kind of like in a realistic way where I'm like, that tracks. So I wonder about that the illustration style has like made this successful, because I also agree that the lessons are a little worrisome. Like your kids are just going to be assholes and you're not going to love them. But just remember, they always come back and hug you and kind of re-earn your love. I know they suck when they're grumpy. I know they suck when they're kicking your seat.
Yeah, this does seem like a book for parents.
Yeah.
And they're actually often the ones that are buying the books, it seems like.
Maybe that's the key.
I don't know. Like, Wes still doesn't have a job. Edie has a job, of course. He's working on the trains. Working on the railroad tracks. He's more of a hype man than anything. He just talks about going over the railroad tracks and trains all the time.
Well, every railroad company needs a hype man.
Well, yeah, and he actually has separate contracts with different lines.
Oh, wow.
That's how you do have to do it these days, you know. So,
okay.
You know, with the economy the way it is.
Ends, yeah,
it's
yeah.
a gig,
make ends
gig
work.
economy, yeah. To make ends work, that's what they say.
Damn it.
Meat, damn it. Where's the beef? I don't know. Do you have a favorite dinosaur?
I knew this.
Do you care about dinosaurs? Did you have like a dinosaur face?
I do. I try to care about dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
I always like a good dinosaur skeleton in a museum. Like, I'm a sucker for that. So yeah, I'll go.
Because you
I'll
like
go see
seeing
that
them
shit.
stripped down. You like seeing
God
them,
intended.
like, the
Yeah.
after. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm a Stegosaurus fan because, like, what even are those things on the back there?
Yeah.
I mean, we know.
Right.
There's the fossils tell
The feathers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really love to imagine that they all had feathers, because some people, I feel like I've seen people claim that they all had feathers.
Yeah.
And that's great. I would love that. You know, because dinosaurs, part of their, like, what makes them scary is how dry their skin looks.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it'd be so rough, you know?
Yeah.
If it was feathers, it would be like, sure. Would I sneeze a bit? Maybe. But at least I'd have a nice nap on its back, not the Stegosaurus.
No, not the. That's
Not
the one
on
that you
his
can't.
back, yeah.
On, that
on his
one.
side, maybe, if you lay it down.
Yeah, like you could just like spoon, but you'd have to be the little spoon.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if that's sad. Anyway,
Yeah, that's mine. What's yours? You got one?
yeah, mine's the Jurassic Park's T-Rex.
Because of the way he screams?
No, I like the brand, the marketing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I like him because he's got such little arms. We had a volleyball team once that we only had 5 players, and we were supposed to have 6, but we would just play with 5.
Yeah.
So we were shorthanded. So we were Team T-Rex.
Did you ever try to like play volleyball like a T-Rex with like your elbows tucked back?
We would do that as our warm-up, as a joke. Very difficult.
So how do you go from not playing volleyball in high school to just having a volleyball team? When was this?
Beer. You get bar league, you know, it's like more appealing. And it's not like we had a boys volleyball team that I could have joined.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Yeah, I was one of the gals, Erica, but not that much. Yeah. Ooh. So, yeah, it was a work
True.
league. It was a work
PTO.
thing with extended beer hours. It's actually one of the first things that Viv and I ever did together was she
Aw.
came and watched us play.
Nice.
I have emails about it.
That's a real woo fest. You can really sweep someone off their feet when they see
Man.
how average you are at volleyball. I'm just assuming.
Oh yeah, no, I'm much worse than average. We had one guy on our team that would often punch the ball, and it would like work pretty well, but it was funny. It was like a reaction almost. It was like somebody surprised him in an alley, and it would just like blast it like straight up. And so it would like we could go get a drink of beer while it was coming down.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like there should be a class in like self-defense
Volleyball.
as volleyball players.
Volleyball self-defense. Hey, that'd be good. I'd take it. I know that.
Okay, well then, sort of based on this dinosaur question, my follow-up is, what's your favorite one in this book? You got that first page, if you scroll back to that.
Sure,
They're all listed there. One does sort of have feathers. The Caudipteryx.
I like that the Oranosaurus looks
Has
like
some
it
big
wants to
lips.
hug.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it does have big lips. Like him, okay. The Kentrosaurus is pretty cool. Real spiky.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see.
And
the other one.
Arctosaurus.
Too
Must be found in
cold.
Antarctica.
Yeah, too cold.
I think some of these seem ridiculous. Like Tapahara, it's just top left. It looks like a dragon
It does look like a dragon.
more than a.
You gotta figure they're slipping a few in here, just hoping we don't know.
I know. The ones I don't like are the Pachycephalosaurus with this fucking bone helmet, whatever that thing is.
Oh yeah, the
I don't
bone
like it.
helmet. Oh my god, I don't like that. I thought it was just like I thought he had male pattern baldness,
I know.
or it was like a Caesar thing,
He did it.
like a Roman or friar thing. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, friars.
Friar tuck.
Yeah, friars really rock
It should
that.
be a friarosaurus. Friar
They're all kind of
Tuckosaurus. A Tuckosaurus.
Yep.
Okay, let's rename it. I'll
Okay.
bring
Right-
this into
right in.
Photoshop. And
I
deer.
also really like the one that's like a narwhal unicorn thing. Centausaurus.
The Centausaurus.
Right.
Yeah, I don't. I would be very uncomfortable around him.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I'd be so
He had a lot of
nervous.
self-control.
It's like somebody. Have you ever been around somebody carrying like a shovel or like for me it's like tripods or something over
Yeah.
their shoulder, and they're like turning around a lot and like turning their body, and you're like,
Ducking and
yeah,
bobbing and weaving.
I hate that. That stresses me out when people have long things.
Yeah.
I
I know.
Yeah, I know. Shh.
I know.
What else you got about this book? Hold on. Do you got any?
Oh yeah, I do have fun facts.
Oh yeah, let's hear these fun facts. We
Okay.
teased
Oh
them.
no, I lost it.
Deleted them.
Okay. Well, Jane. Here we go. Here, I lost it. I blinked. What are we even reading? Okay, so Jane Yolen, who's the author of this book and others. I don't think I have the. She is famous. She
That is
is
a fun fact.
older. Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Two fun
here we go.
facts. so
Here we
far.
I'm going to read it verbatim off of this website. So Jane Yolen, in parentheses, hailed as the Aesop of the 20th century, which is also in quotes. Somebody said that. Has
She did.
written more than
Mark
yeah,
said
no sources were cited. So
Mark
I
Teague
can't.
was like, yes, I think she and those pictures, my God. Anyway,
Written anonymously. So she's written more than 350 books.
Jeez.
She's won numerous awards, and she's received 6 honorary doctorates in literature.
Well, I could get an honorary doctorate in literature.
So I think there's a couple of things to like pick apart. Like apparently there are lessons in these books because she's hailed as Aesop. Also of the 20th century, not the 21st, which I think is really funny. Like so like once the century transitioned, she's no longer like we're waiting for the next Aesop.
Yes. Well, this is a great time to announce our new podcast. Should we do it? It's called Searching for Aesop. And it's where we're looking for searching the countryside for the new Aesop. Right
Pretty
now,
exciting.
yeah, right now, the creators of the show Everyone Loves Raymond are in the running. I could not think of a single television show besides Everybody Loves Raymond. I think I even said the name wrong. Is it Everyone Loves Raymond? Some people enjoy Raymond as the greatest storytellers of our time. Is there any other TV show? They're talking to the Bluey people. That's who we're in talks with right now. Our producers are in talks with them. That would have been better, right?
To be Aesop or to help us find them?
To see if they're the new Aesop. Because I'm looking for somebody who's telling fables. Obviously, Phil Rosenthal, creator of Everyone Loves Raymond, or Everybody Enjoys Raymond's
A little bit.
thing,
Yeah.
a bit. Except his brother, apparently. But probably overall does love him. You know?
If really pressed.
Yeah, if pressed.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes down to it, I also love Raymond.
Nice. That was a
Thanks.
really good one.
That's my Brad Garrett. I know a lot of names from Everybody Loves Raymond. Peter Boyle.
Peter Boyle. Classic.
The mom, Doris something.
Ray
Roberts.
Romano.
Roberts. Yeah. Oh,
Don't forget
who's that?
Raymond's.
I would never. Everybody loves him. Patricia Heaton.
Oh.
Was she on there? Or am I confusing her?
I don't know who that is. Wasn't she in China Beach?
No, you're thinking of Mannheim. Cameron. Is it Cameron Mannheim?
Call
or
back.
is there...
Yeah, I don't know. China Phillips. And
Okay.
I also wanted to answer that question. China Phillips was one of the main singers in Wilson Phillips.
And Wilson.
Wilson's sisters were Brian Wilson's daughters.
That's true. And hold on. Wilson was the name of the neighbor in Home Improvement. And
Got it.
that wife was named Jill. Hold on, shit. I feel like, so I get her and Patricia Heaton confused all the time.
Okay.
But now I don't remember her name. Too
I
bad.
think they're like wife royalty, like sitcom wife royalty.
Yeah, they probably still get
King
money
of
from
Queens. What's her name?
Leah Remini.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that her eyes were getting weary? Did you know that? Sorry, her back is getting tight. Sitting here in traffic on the Queensboro Bridge tonight. Wow, I know a lot about. I think these shows were in heavy syndication in the early 2000s before I had any streaming or cable services. So it's just like, oh, that's on.
Pretty amazing.
Thank you so much. I can't wait for the next week. We're going to do the Everybody Loves Raymond book.
It's going to be like a series of
Everybody
descriptions
Loves
of each
You.
character. Yeah.
You're right. I hope so.
With no lessons involved whatsoever.
Well, we're going to wait to release the episode until one of them dies. Another one of them dies.
Wait, Peter Boyle died.
I know, but we weren't doing this yet.
Who do you
feel
think
like
is going to be next?
Ooh, I love this game. Well, we know historically really large people, like tall people, don't last as long. So I'm going to go with Brad Garrett.
That's what I would have said too.
Or Patricia Richardson. I think Patricia Richardson is Jill from Home Improvement.
Oh, I see why you get them confused because they have the same. Just calling it out here, they have the same
First name.
shoe size.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's a fun fact. This has been Fun Facts with Erica. Any other fun facts? Or was that? Were we still in
that's
fun
it.
facts? Okay.
Yeah, I think we are. I I brought this into our house this morning after getting it out of the little library. And Olive was looking over my shoulder and was like, oh, these books. I love these books. Can we keep it? I was like, yeah, we got it from the little library. She's like, oh, that's so exciting. I was like, okay. Like, didn't know she missed these books. We had several when she was little. I think we got them as gifts. So
Are
I'm
they
curious.
all illustrated by the same?
Yeah.
fella?
They're
Yeah,
in deep partnership.
I gotta say, I don't care for the illustration.
Oh, interesting.
The human illustration. It reminds me of like 2008 animation a little bit.
Yeah.
Something about it, like computer generated. It looks computer generated to me.
You know what's funny is this book was published, although these haven't changed at all. Here, I'm just gonna block your view of me. 2009. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
You called it, but they've been going since 2000. It's like they found he found his thing and then he has to stick with it. They're so detailed. There's a lot of detail. Like in the first one where the dinosaur wakes up, there's a stuffed bunny in his lap who looks very panicked, which I love.
Oh, where is this?
The first where the series is you woke up in the morning in such a bad mood.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the lap of the dinosaur. Scared. You know, everybody does. There's a
Big Bird looks a little suspicious.
Yeah. Neovenator. Mom is not happy.
Yeah, I got distracted by the dinosaurs. I didn't really look at the details. Maybe I do love it. Mark, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said that.
Well, we can also continue this book next week if you really want to dig deep.
Part 2. Let's in fact do a 2-part of all 300 books.
That's all it's going to take.
Were your kids ever was your kid ever annoying or mean or doing anything weird?
Yeah, like still
wasn't.
Even. Oh, yours wasn't. Mm-mm. So I'm the one that has to carry this part of the podcast.
Yeah. Mine are perfect. They don't do anything weird.
Okay. Well, the only thing I remember vivid that I can come up with at the last minute was somehow like no kid takes no well, right? And there was one time where Olive had gotten a no for an answer and she was sitting pouting on the couch. She was probably like 4 or 5 and she was just learning how to write. And I have this like really cute note from her, totally misspelled, that's like, Mom, I'm leaving forever. Love, Olive. Like she was going to run away. And then like went to her room and I just fucking loved it. I was like, okay, here's I'll help you pack, you know. Mm-hmm. We were like fighting. And she wrote me this note because she refused to talk to me. It's like that's the kind of stuff that's like 5 years later. It's funny. Yeah. We're working slowly back into it.
writing more letters. Her spelling is really
coming along. We've changed the way we communicate. It's all writing now.
Text. These kids today, with their cell phones and their, high fives.
Implants.
And implants. Implants. Yeah, no, my kids are really awesome all the time. No, they're like constantly really mean to me. I get most of it, I'll say. And I love it. I take it, and there's nothing I can do about it. Wes, maybe I shouldn't say this so much, but Wes often like tells me she's actually. So she says like she's gonna like dig my eyes out sometimes, and sometimes says she's going to kill me or can't wait till I'm dead. Mm-hmm. Then I'll be so happy. But recently, she was telling me she was going to cut my arms off, but she was doing it playfully. We were just joking around. And I thought that was real progress. It's amazing what progress looks like sometimes.
I know. Where you start from, where you're at, it's all it's about. Oh yeah, Olive gets the thing that we joke. So I have confidence you guys will joke about all of these things in like 3 to 5 to 10 years. Once upon that, you just jogged my memory. Once upon a time, when again she was 4 or 5, ready for lots of responsibility, and we were carving pumpkins. And I wanted her just to draw, and then I would cut out what she drew. And she was like, no, give me the knife. And I was like, well, you can cut the top off. And I would just sit there. She was at a Montessori school, so they're like letting the kids do stuff. And I was like, well, let's just see how this goes. So she starts carving the top, and it's just making me nervous. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to take it back now. And she was so mad at me. She didn't want to give the knife back. And then she like took it out of the pumpkin and kind of wielded it at me. And I was like, is this how I die? Like I'm one of those statistics. Like, she was such a nice little girl until she stabbed her mother 100 times.
On the evening before Halloween, like
Exactly.
Real
Which is exactly when we carve pumpkins too. We're not ahead of the game at all.
Yeah. Well, they rot.
Yeah.
That's really all we have to say about this book. What is it called? How Do Dinosaurs Say I Love You? By these people. Pam and Mike. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please rate and review it and tell somebody that you like about us. And if you don't like it, tell somebody you hate. That'll really stick it to them. For a transcript of this episode or any episode, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the address on your screen, and we will send you back a fossil. Until next time, good night, mush. Good night, creepy old lady. And good night, book.
The end.